Oh, oh, is this how this works? The lighting feels really bright. Okay, so hold on, everyone. I'm doing some different tech than ever before. So I want to see if this new, oh, cool. It is working. Oh my goodness, this is super cool. But the lighting is definitely, so one moment, everyone. Okay. Oh my goodness, I think that works better. This is so fun. Okay, so this is working on Ash Johns. Before I dive into today's live, I just want to check to see if I'm on YouTube, am I on Facebook, am I on the places? Because I haven't used this technology before. Oh my goodness, I think it's working. Yeah, it is. It's working. Oh, this is so cool. Who would have thought it would be this easy? Okay, so I'm Ash. I'm Ashley Johns. Most of you know me, some of you don't. I haven't been on social media for quite some time, definitely not expressing myself the way that I used to, but now I'm back and I'm back for a lot of reasons. I have a lot of things to say, I have a lot of things to teach. I'm enjoying my coffee. But this month of December, if you're on my email list, you know this. If you're catching this because you're catching it, I haven't put it on Facebook. This is so exciting. I'm so excited for this tech. This is so cute. I've seen people use the StreamYard stuff, and I was like, yeah, whatever. And some reason today, I was like, let me give that a try. Let me look it up and see if this can work for us. So we're live on my actual personal Facebook page. We're live on my business Facebook page, and we're live on YouTube. So let's see how this rolls. For the month of December, in honoring me coming back online and honor me opening up my channel to all the things that I have to say and teach and know, I decided I got this little hint, this little sparkly moment to do a live each day for the month of December. So today is day 4. You can see the replays on YouTube, really, because I was just going straight to YouTube and then just realized I could do this situation where I stream everywhere. And so each day I'm coming with an insight, an inspiration, a teaching, a story, a telling, a meditation, whatever spirit puts on my heart, as I step into overcoming one of my fears. And that is that I have been so afraid of visibility. I've been so resistant, rightfully so, like rightfully so, to being present online, particularly like TikTok and YouTube. And then I, some weird way, started shying away from Facebook, which I do know why. But I was still kind of popping in on Instagram. And so I was like, this isn't actually what I want my relationship to social media to be. I have always loved expressing myself on the internet. I've always loved telling my stories on the internet. It's how my business, it's how I came into a greater expression of who I truly am and have always been. And so I was like, I think it's time, or rather, Spirit was like, yeah, it's time for you to evolve this. Like, we need to just push you out into this. So this is the pushing. Each day I'm showing up various times. If you want an email to know when I'm showing up live, if you want a recap or you want any of the things that we're doing behind the scenes to support this little experiment, you can jump on my email list on my website. Anyway, today I'm talking about something really, really good. I have had a love-hate relationship with the coaching industry, and I have never fully had my energy, my heart, my just truth wrapped around this idea of being a coach or being a life coach. Even though I'm certified in the modality, even though many people have hired me to be in that role, a lot of people may describe me as that. The truth is, it's never really resonated with me. And so I want to talk about reclaiming an identity, or rather, dissolving one and stepping into another. It seems like there's a lot of that happening right now as I look out into the interwebs, as I have conversations with clients, with friends, with colleagues, with people that I deeply admire and I love, with people who even support me and my path and my calling and in my work. This wave of shift in the energy field, in the collective around our identities. who you are, who you've always been meant to be. How are you expressing yourself? What do you stand for? What do you believe? What's your role? What impact you have? How do you move? How do you feel? How do you like project? How do you, all of that is like up for discussion. And so I was like in my shower, which is my favorite thinking space in the whole wide world. It's the place that I connect with spirit, I connect with myself. I'll just hang out in my shower if I'm not at the ocean. And as I was hanging out in the shower this morning, spirit was like, you just need to go ahead and tell people that you're not a coach anymore. Like you're not, you never have been. And it brought me back to a story. It brought me back to around 2015, 2016, 2017, when everyone was blowing up as coaches on the internet, when everyone was, remember when people were like buying those bots and like paying, $7 a day to have like 500 followers or comments and likes. And I don't know, everyone was just showing up with the same looking websites, the same opt-in forms. And I was deeply turned off. At the time, I was living in Southeast Asia. I was living in Bali. I was running women's retreats. I was having women fly in from all over the world to come and do 7 days with me on this whole like women's sanctuary. And women, as we were in our groups, as we were going through the retreat experience, I'll never forget someone stopping me. And during my intro, as I was saying, I used to work in advertising. I've always been a mentor. I've always been drawn to these things. So as we're on this retreat, you're going to experience me in different ways and I can support you in this way and we can explore. So I'm like going through my spiel. Someone stopped me and interrupted me. And she's like, so you're a life coach? And I was like, I mean, not really, but if that's what makes you feel more comfortable, if that's what makes your head wrap around who I am and how I can serve you or what this experience might be, then okay. And there was a part of me that was cringe. It was like, not really. And then there was a part of me that was like, okay, if that feels good, like if you can understand me, if it makes you feel more comfortable with me, then sure, I'll take that title. And that's when I started using coach or healer and as the ancestral work started taking form, I would describe myself as a psychospiritual ancestral healer and coach, right? Or guide, because these are the modalities that I most identified with, even though they never really captured who I am or what I do or how I serve or what happens when we come together to co-create and collaborate on something in your life. And that something is you. So over these years now, right, that's 8 years of allowing myself on my website, on social media to misidentify who I am. But at the end of the day, what I do and who I am is something I've always just had. Sure, it's been cultivated with elders. It's been nourished with teachers. It's been illuminated and it's evolved in different experiences that I've signed up with and with the people that I've sat at their feet and supported me and so on and so forth. But these are gifts, experiences, expressions, ways of seeing the world, ways of helping people that I have literally had since I was a little girl. And so I was having a conversation with someone the other day who was a client and who was wrapping up an experience that she was having with me. And as we were reflecting, she's like, I came into, and it just kind of makes me laugh. And I'm gonna point this in a specific direction very soon. But she's like, I decided to say yes to work with you because I wanted these specific things in my life to change, right? We were doing a whole reflection. We've been working together for 9 months. And she starts reflecting and she starts going into how she felt and what was going on in her life when we had our consultation. And then what happened in the first trimester of our first 3 months of working together. And what happened in the second trimester of us, the next, 3, 4, 5, 6 months, 4, 5, 6 of working together. And then what happened in the third trimester, months 5, 6, or 6, 7, and 8, or 7, 8, 9. There we go. And she's like, I was thinking about my career. I was thinking about my relationship to creativity and becoming more tactical creative, like not creative in my mind as being like a technical creator, a digital creator, because the work that she does is very technical. It is very much so on the internet, even though it's a government position. Like she's not on the internet creating, she's a tech creator, tech architect. She's like, I knew I wanted my career to shift. I knew I wanted more creativity to come into this physical realm. I knew I was contemplating my relationship with potentially becoming a mother. Like, so these were the themes I was coming into the space, the areas of my life I was considering shifting, right? And yet she's like, but it wasn't about that at all. It was about me. It was about who I am, my identity, what I desire, if I believe that that's possible for me. What type of tidal wave, this is my language, tidal wave is this going to make in her life or in her life, right? In her family, if she steps into those roles, if she sees herself in this way, if she redesigns and redefines her life. And so it made me laugh because I was like, oh my God, I really do have to shed this coach identity because really this is about birthing and creating humans, identities of women. And we are the womb, we are the creative source of it all, right? And so when we change, and I've been saying this if you've been on Instagram or you've been on my email list, when we women change, our whole lives change. Our whole lives change. And so we started laughing and we're like giggling. And we're also like having a little bit of tears because she's like, oh my God, the outcome was always me. The outcome was always me. And I was like, I know. I love that you're specific about these things in your life, these results, right? And that's what a coach does. A coach is all about what's the result? Is it the money? Is it the business? Is it the body? Is it the man or the partner? Is it your home, right? Is it your time? We're going to change it. It's like a very specific thing. And I'm not knocking that, right? That is an approach. However, what I am seeing in the collective is that a lot of us women, most of us who've been conditioned and trained and rewarded, and we've created these lives, we have the evidence of being so smart, right? We've been conditioned to be in our heads, in our logic, in our minds, in our doing, in our effort. We're getting to the burnout state. We're getting to the actually, I dream and want and desire more. However, the effort it will take for me to open up and to create that more, I'm a no for. Why? Because it took so much effort and change and hustle and push for me to even get here. So if I have to go back into that mode on a different level, at a higher level for a different experience in my life, I am an unconscious or subconscious no. And that makes me sad because something that I have realized and learned for myself is that we're getting into this turn of the collective where women are coming back to our hearts, our femininity, our trust, our belief in the possibilities, our ability to create out of our energy and out of our desires and out of our imagination and out of like collaboration and patience and watch and see and play and like all of these intangible strategies, all these intangible unseen ways of being that only we have. And through that, we move into a different expression. Through that, we birth our next level, our next experiences at life at scale. And so as I'm sitting with this woman who is literally saying back to me in her own words, what I promised her, what I told her would happen at the end of our 9 months together at some point, right? Which is why it's a 9-month journey of journeying and moving through. She's like, yeah, I got so much more than what I asked for. And yet it's a feeling, it's a shift, it's a different state of being in me, and all these other things in my life shifted. And so I was like, yeah, this is not about coaching. This is not about what do you want to get done, and by the end of 3 months this will be done and let's check a list. We've already mastered that. And I think a lot of us have gotten disappointed or we're frustrated, or that's no longer nourishing because how we see ourselves, how we be, how we feel, how we move, how we create, we want to do that differently. I want my whole life to change. I want my whole experience to be different. And so as I was thinking about and asking Spirit, what am I talking about today? And this is even before I got into the shower. I was sitting on my couch. I was journaling a little bit, writing. I'm looking out the window. I'm breathing. I'm enjoying my first cup of coffee. And all I kept hearing, and I've been writing about this for a couple months now, was the whole experience, the whole experience, the whole experience. And I'm like, cool, yeah. Because the image I've gotten with my clients over the years is that you might come with this little, and this is something that I do too. I'm like, oh, I come with like wanting to pull on this little end of a, what do I want to call it? The end of a yarn ball, right? And as you pull at the end of this yarn ball, it starts to unravel and you start to see how pieces of this thread felt like it was alone and it was separate, or it was just a lone topic, but it's connected to every other aspect of your life. It connects back to your family, the way you were raised, your mother imprints, your father imprints, your ancestral beliefs, your socioeconomic beliefs and imprints, your ancestral and cultural and racial pieces. Like all of these things are so intricately connected together that it's fine to wrap our heads around this construct of I want this thing to change in my life, or I want to focus my energy on this thing. That as fully expressed, fully creational women, it's all connected. So why not go to the source, which is you, which is me? So because of that, I no longer identify as a coach. This business has evolved into what I am describing is a women's ministry. And that is so interesting considering my background and my whole journey in life, which I'll be talking about in my podcast. But it's evolving into a space for us to come together and remember the mysteries of womanhood, where there is more expansion. There's always room for expansion. There's always room for more. There's always more for the delights of our heart, the imagination of what you're here to create and to bring back into your lineage, or to bring into your lineage as your legacy through your life, potentially for the first time ever. So that is my December daily drop, day 4 for you. You can get me up on Instagram. You can put some comments underneath this, some hearts. I would love to see if you watch this. Either way, I'm just jamming the fact that there's new technology and I'm enjoying coming online and sharing a little bit more of myself with you. I'll see you guys tomorrow. We'll see if this technology keeps working for me, because I think it was today. Whatever it is, I'm sending you so much love today. And whatever you do, do it with some courage and do it with compassion for yourself and everybody around you. All right. Have a great day.